Hey everyone, it's Desiree. I'm going to apologize first. I believe my husband is going stir crazy, so he is outside playing in the yard. Yes. So in case we hear some banging, in case we hear some screaming for me, that is what it will be. He just needed to step outside of the house. So I do hope everyone is remaining safe and healthy. So let's keep doing that as we continue to go through what we are going through. But I just wanted just to pop in another junk journal type collaging ephemera thing. And there was something, Wendy, I was watching one of her videos. She made these long skinny strips to hold a long skinny tag using an envelope. And I believe she used this size, which by all means you certainly can. And if I remember correctly of what she did, I'm just gathering all kinds of stuff here. So she took the envelope, and I'm going to grab my glue. And we put glue here. And she closed it up. Now, this envelope measures just over 3.5 by 6.5. And what she did was she cut it in half. So I'm going to find the middle point here. And I'm going to say it's like 1 5/8. So I'm just going to cut this in half. So she took this and she trimmed off a little bit off the top after she closed it up. And I'm going to go in with 1 5/8. And I'm just going to come right up. And no, that was not the measurement that she had. But let's just say this. So she cut it in half. Yeah, it's one of those days. And then what she did, she took her hole punch, or not hole punch, but just took off a snippet. And I'm going to put the whole thing in, actually. And just do a snippet. And then now this side was closed because she would wrap paper around this to decorate it. And it would be just a skinny pocket for a skinny tag. It would be better if we cut it in half. But that's okay. I mean, we can still do this one as well. I'm not sure what. We'll find something. And then this would go into your journal. Well, this opening here got me very intrigued. So what I did, I have a lot of the taller envelopes. So this one measures 4 1/8 by just under 9.5. So I kind of did the same thing. So when I looked at this, I said, okay, we're just going to take this at 2 inches. And we're right this time. Just saying. And we're going to cut that in half. And of course, we are going to glue this down. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. And a little bit of glue here on the edges. And I'm going to close that down. Alright, and you can see I can still open it up. We're all good. And I'll just put, I should have glued it down first, but I can just put a little bit of glue on that and close that up. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this one, but I don't have to because it just took the side off. So now I've got these long skinny pockets, and what I'm going to do now is, even though this is close to 9.5, now we could just take it at 4.5, and we're going to trim that in half again. You can see we're off a little bit, which I'm fine, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to take it to 4.5. Can you see what I'm doing here? Yes. All right, so again, they're not perfectly 9 inches, so this one's a little taller, this one's a little shorter, and I'm okay with that. Okay, So, and we'll move that one. We've done enough to the poor envelopes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to put a notch. I know I'll be doing that again. Is that the top? Let's make sure, yes. So I'm going to put another notch here. Same thing. I just want to make sure that I'm at the top, the opening. I'm going to put another notch there. I'm going to make sure this is my top. And I'm going to put another notch in that. Okay. So what do we have here? So what I came up with, I like the idea of a skinny tag. But what I also kind of liked, I mean, I like the idea of the notch. You don't have to put that in there. But if I grab, let's just say a journal that I'm working on here, what I was thinking about, now I'm going to cover these and everything else, but if I take this and open it up, I can put it, okay, I can't do it to that one. I can do it to this one. I can put it right on this page. So what I would actually do, all right, once it's decorated, is just put glue down on the inside on the bottom. So now I've created, or she inspired me to create a wraparound pocket, so to speak. Because you can still have this, you can cut this in different ways, you can put skinny tags in here, but you've got this design going on both sides. So that very much intrigued me, so to speak. All right, so these are just some papers that I have, that I actually found in my stash. I am absolutely in love with this design. Look at all of those luscious, beautiful flowers. I hate to tell you this. I am so sorry. I know you're all going to be mad. I don't know what paper pad this came from. I know. I hear you all screaming now. I am so sorry. But I've been really good. I haven't bought any paper pads lately. Now, this is a true paper pad. And if I do get my paper pads, you know, again, true paper, they're not cardstock. I usually get those online from Hobby Lobby because they're real thick, or if I find them at Michael's and if I like the designs, they're like 180 pages. So that's where this came from. This one may have come from Amazon. I know you're all hating me right now. I'm sorry. Don't hate me too much, okay? Please don't. So what I'm going to do, and what I want to do, is I know these that I just cut measure 2 inches wide, and this one is 4.5 inches tall. So I want to grab my tall cutter, one that can handle 12-inch pages here. And what I want to do is just, now you can make it wider. I am going to cut it 4 1/8, and I'm going to go straight up. I wish I had tons of this paper. I mean, could you imagine this cut down into a sheet and then coffee dyed? Oh, the lusciousness. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this 4 5/8, because again, if whatever overhang I have, I can trim with a pair of scissors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to match this up. I'm going to add my glue. I'm going to grab my book. And again, this is a John Grisham novel. I just like to say that. I don't want to, I would never use that book for this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my glue to this. Hopefully I can get away with my glue stick because I am just loving my glue stick lately. And I'm going to put this down. Line her up. And I'm going to cover. So you can see, you don't have to put the notch in. All right. All right. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bend it around. Make sure that it's along the crease. And since I can see this side, I'm going to come in with my scissors. Now again, you don't have to do that. I mean, you can just keep it. There we go. So now I know that's even. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this back up and I'm just going to add my glue stick to this page, to this side as well. And then I'm just going to bend this down and fold her up. And oh my God, I got glue all over me. I'm only 11 minutes in and I got glue all over me. Okay, not a problem. And then I'm just going to make sure that this is open because of course we've got that. I'm going to come in and now I'll truly put my notch in, and I'm going to come down a little bit more because I want a really nice big notch. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore. I do things backwards. What can I say? You know, you get these ideas, and then I'm going to be able to come right along the edge of my pattern paper. Okay, now I can get that out of my way. So here, you know, you've got this beautifully done, and you can leave it just like this. Now, of course, I'm going to come in with my Distress ink, and I'm going to come in on this edge here. I'll come down this edge here because again, all of these edges, you know, will be seen. They'll be visible. So you want to make sure that you get them all. And I'm going to go down this side. Okay, so we have this. Now I can just feel that needs to dry. Now I am also going to come in and do that in there as well, because in case it's seen, I still have that vintage photo edge. And then I'll come down here just in case, and then I'll do the same thing on this one. And then I always take this and just flip it in half, glue them together, and then I use them as bases for collaging and stuff like that. I love to collage. I could collage forever. You know, I always talk, you know, you always find your niche. You always find what themes you like to do when it comes to your craft, your paper crafting, or any craft that we do. I love to collage. I could make collage pages forever. I just absolutely enjoy it. And then make tags and cards and pockets and tucks and foldovers and everything else like that. I could do it forever. Absolutely ever. I very, very much enjoy that. But just to have something like this, you know, this is pretty good to go. And what I would do is, see how I'm putting my finger in there, and I would put a bead of glue down in here and a bead of glue down in there, and then get it up onto the page. You could even go so far too as to get a bead of glue down on that edge as well, but then just make sure that you don't put anything in until it dries. And now you've created this, it's kind of a wraparound tuck. Do I believe somebody else has come up with this? Yes, I do. I just haven't found that. And you know, guys, I do not, nor will I, take credit for anything. I just won't do it. Let me see if I can find a page that I can. Wow, I think I hit almost every page here. This one's, because this one is almost done. Let's see. Wow. Okay, so we are going to move this because I'm going to put it on this page right here. And see, it'll just sit just like that. So it's like a wrap, you know, a wrap. So I'll show you, because I can add things while it's in here. So I'm going to open it up. Got my glue here. And it would help if, oh, no, did I? Okay. So I'm just going to put a bead right at the fold. I'm going to go right down the fold. And then I'm just going to come up on each side of this, just a little bit. So, and while she's opened like this, I'm going to keep my fingers in there like that. Maybe not. Okay. So I'm going to do this. And I'm going to put that right down onto the corner, and then I'm going to pinch it together. And if it hangs out a little bit, that's okay too, because then you'd have this really cool big tab that comes off your page. You know what I mean? And there she is. She's not going anywhere. So then you've just added that really, you know, different element to your page. And now I'll put this one, I'll put this right here. That looks really pretty like that. Okay. So again, it was just really neat what she did. And then she also, like, she would make these tags too, these skinny tags that would sit in there. So again, you know, you've got this wrap around edge, and then when you have your book, you know, closed, you actually see that difference on that edge. So again, just something, you know, a little different. She very much inspired me on that. Thank you, Wendy. You have no idea who I am, but I watch you often. I truly do. And again, they can be taller. You can make them wider. I mean, you can even take, you know, one of these envelopes. I mean, why not? Why couldn't we take this? I'm going to close her up. Now that I got glue all over that page. I'm going to close that down. So this is almost 6.5 inches. So I think I'm going to take this down 1.5 inches. I mean, you could keep it this tall. I mean, why not? But what I want to do, and what I always want to make sure that I'm doing, is I want to take off just a slither off the side. So I'm just going to make this 3.5, because remember, our pages in our book, all right, are approximately 5 inches wide, you know, almost 5 inches. So you want to be able, when you're making a pocket or a tuck, that you're able to get to that pocket or tuck, if that makes sense. So I'm cutting this one to be 3 inches wide. And then I'm just going to right now take a slither off of this so that I now have my 2 openings. Okay, having real problems there. So now I've got, you know, my 2 openings on that. I've got the top and I've got the side. Okay. Now, what's really, you know, what could really, you know, be cool is after you cover this. So let's cover this. So this is 3.5 by, I don't know, I'm going to say 6 3/8 because of course I've got to cut it differently. We'll say 6 1/4. Okay, so 3 1/2, so that's 7. So I need this piece to be 7. Yeah, okay. So I need this to be 7 inches wide. So let's get that 7 cut. I just keep pushing things out of my way. All right, so let's make this 7. Save that because I love this too. And I said 6 1/4. So let's make this 6 1/4. All right, let's do that. Okay. Let's see if I was right. I doubt it. But you know what? Here's a hoping. Oh my, look at that. All right, so that's okay. I can trim the envelope. I will trim the envelope. I am good with that. All right. I never can do that. Okay. And now we'll put this on there. I'm going to make sure that I'm lined up, which of course I'm not. Now I am. Now I'm going to go up. Okay. I'll trim that later. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to grab it because I saw this from Wendy too. She did a great job just wrapping it around. I just thought it was ingenious. Now, if it starts wiggling because you're folding wrong, I just get my bone folder, or a butter knife works if you don't have a bone folder or anything like that. All right, and now I need to add glue to this. Because again, I can trim the envelope away and everything else. All right. But what you want to make sure when you're trimming, see like down here, see how I can't trim that edge. You want to make sure that you don't trim that edge. All right. Because you'll cut open the bottom of the envelope. So the top you can trim, which I see we can trim, so I'm just going to trim that. Again, nothing needs to be perfect. And then I'm going to come on this side because I see the white of the envelope. And again, it's probably a good thing to just bring in your paper trimmer if you have one. If you don't, you can certainly use a pair of scissors. Absolutely. I just know me, and you've all seen what I've been doing there. So we have that. I'm going to, and this is a nice size, okay? This is perfectly fine. So again, if I come into, and I want one of my regular pages so that you can see, but I can't have anything on it, of course. So like this one here, this one does come out the 5 inches that I was saying. Okay. So with this being 3 1/2 inches wide, if I take this and just put that there, we still have access. All right, you still have the ability to get into this. And again, what's great is you can just have that sticking out just a little bit, which will give you, a tab. you know, a very large tab, but it will give you a tab that comes off the side. So let me ink around this, but a 3.5 is good. You don't want it to go, you know, more than that, because then you'll just have all of those issues, you know, going on with it. So let me ink around this just to darken up these corners. Now I know I'm going to be cutting this away actually. And even on the bottom, see, even though I see the envelope on the bottom, I'm covering that with my ink. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to come across the top. And I'm going to come back down. And I did all those sides as well. Okay. So I'm going to let this dry. I mean, I love my glue stick. But you always have to let that dry, because if it's still cool, it's not. Because what we can come in here with is a, you know, one of your fancy scissors. We can rip it. You know, you can give it a different type of an edge. But we can also collage. And I need to put that corner down. There we go. And we'll do that there. I think next time I'm not going to use my glue stick. I think I'm going to keep on using my art glitter glue, because I think it does a better job. At least for this. This is the collaging bomb. Alright, but you know what? We're going to pull that and we're going to put that away. Okay. So, oh god, I love these flowers. So I think... I wonder what it would look like if I fussy cut that. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to grab my deckled edge scissors here. You'll know when it's not dry too, because these deckled edge scissors will not cut through it. They'll actually just bend like they did there. So now I've got that deckled edge. And now I've got that. I'll put those aside. So now we've got this. Now, you do not, remember this too, you don't have to have this wrap around your page like I did that one. You could actually just put this whatever side you want, and then you just have, you know, and if you just put glue down here and glue down here, you got a pocket back here, you got a pocket up front. If you put some, you know, we can also put some, oh yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. So again, just because we're enclosed does not mean we can do all kinds of things. Can you tell I just wanted to get in my room? I wanted to create, I just wanted to pull some things out. Just make sure you don't close that. Just to have some stress reliever. It's a stressful, I'm sitting here, I'm really focusing in on this. Okay. I'm just going to push that down. I know I'm off there. That's okay. I'm not worried about that. And let's see, I'm going to come up. And I'm going to cut along that edge. And I'm going to come straight up. Okay. And to hide that, I am going to put a bead of glue right down there, and I'm going to close that up. And now we won't see that. So we've got that. Then what I'm going to do, we can grab our scissors and just cut on an angle. So you can see we've just changed it. So you can see as you keep on creating, and by me coming in here like this, I am able to just change that color of that paper. I can lift this up just a little bit, get my inking tool down in there, and now we have that. I'm going to come in on this side and ink that up. Okay, that was fun. So now when this is opened, because this just turned into a pocket that's just going to sit on a page. So let's say this was my journal, okay? I would actually glue this right here. Now I got a pocket here, and I've got a pocket back here, because I'll just put glue back here and back on here. So now I've got this beautiful floral coming off of that. So again, something just a little bit different. Using the envelopes, completely inspired by Wendy. Where are we? We are at 32. Okay, so let's do. I really am liking that. So let's add some things. I say things. Really, things. Wow. Not Christmas things. Okay, that would have just been funny. Let me grab into my Tim Holtz stuff. You all know how I love my Tim Holtz. Now, you want to know what I want to use? I went online just to take a break. I like to check, and some of the videos that I've been watching, I'm just cleaning some stuff up here. Yes, I will keep that. I have fallen in love with the new designs by Artie Mays. She came out with a butterflies in blue. Oh my goodness. It is absolutely gorgeous. And she also came out with some beautiful, beautiful collage sheets. That's absolutely what she calls them. And I'll link to them down below, but these are just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. These images, I mean, that is just, I love the blue going on, the music sheets, the flowers coming in. That's a beautiful print. Matter of fact, I think this is actually part of, I'm not sure. I got to relook. There was two things that I just printed down from her, the collage sheets and then the butterflies in blue. So I'll show you all of them. I mean, look at that page. That page is absolutely gorgeous. But, oh, beautiful. Beautiful to fussy cut that out. These are beautiful too. Just the collages of all of these sheets. And just these beautiful florals that are just coming in with the script. And then this one. And then that. As plain as that is, you've got these beautiful impressions going on. And then I also printed down part of the butterflies in blue. Look at all those beautiful butterflies. They're beautiful. I love butterflies. Butterflies and feathers. Butterflies and feathers. I mean, these beautiful stamps. Got a great card there. These are great for cards. Here's one of those tall, skinny pockets that you can cut out some labels. some tickets, some tabs, more tickets. I love tickets. Some banners. Again, I just printed these out real quick on copy paper. That's how I print out a lot of my digital prints, are down on copy paper. Because then I can cut on them and everything else. I don't, you know, I don't worry too much about the paper, because I love the, it may not come out clear or solid, so to speak, because I'm not looking for these to be a photo. But I just love the way that these look. I mean, these cards with these butterflies are just absolutely gorgeous. Some journaling cards as well. And again, this is butterflies in blue. I'm really leaning towards the fact of, you know what, I think I'm going to make a journal for myself out of this one. Because it is just absolutely gorgeous. A nice size tag where you can also, you could keep it together, have a fold tag, or have them as two individual tags. There's tucks. These are some beautiful tags. I just love the boldness and the richness of these. Some envelopes that you can cut out. Another envelope, another journal card. Beautiful envelope. I mean, these are just absolutely gorgeous. These are pockets. Another large envelope. I am in awe when people create these digital prints. They're just so, so gorgeous. And I found one that I will be showing in a journal coming up. It is, again, I do have a different taste, so to speak. It is absolutely beautiful. It's very edgy, I will say that. But my sister was a ballerina, and it's a whole digital collection of the Black Swan, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So I just have to make that. But here's one of the pages. I mean, look at all of the different elements. Here's one with lines. A beautiful, this is just taupe. It just reminds me of taupe. That's what I'm thinking of. Some great backgrounds. Some more collage pages. Same page but lighter. More pages with lines. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I know I'm flipping through them very quickly, but you can just see the detail of it. I mean, even these are just great fillers for backgrounds, because I'll cut these up. That's what I do with these, because again, I love to collage. I love taking pieces of this and just putting them everywhere, so you'll probably see some duplicates coming in. Although I'm really liking this one to come into that somehow. Same thing with this one. So you can see those duplicates, but they are just, this is actually, she has 3 different downloads for the butterflies in blue. One specifically for a traveler's notebook, and then the ones that are larger are just for the regular pages. So she does a really great job of breaking them down. But they're just absolutely gorgeous. So I can't wait to just, I mean, I would use these for collage, just to take pieces of them and so forth. So just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But this, oh God, I fell in love with that. Okay, so I need to have that. And I think I'm going to use that one because I want to put pieces on this. Now remember, if this is what you're going to do with this, okay, I mean, now you can, this would be a great wraparound because I have pieces back here. You know, you don't have to do the back if this is what you're going to do. All right. You know, I know, I'm sure people are looking at, oh, that's so wasteful. It's okay. I'm okay. We're good. I just went a different way with this, just to have that different angle and that wraparound. Now, where did that... I lost... Did I seriously lose... No. I did not. take off a piece, start ripping. Let's see if I can get this piece done. That's really loud for you guys. I'm so sorry. I think I've said it in a previous video, but have we seen the Tim Holtz deckled edge paper trimmer? Oh my God, coming out in the summer. I am so counting down to that. Very much so. I think I want to take off just a little bit on this one. You know what? I'm just going to use the scissors because I do not do well with the ruler. I know. I watch other people use that and they just, they can just go to town. I cannot. Liking that curved edge. Okay, that just happened in a happy way. To have that in here. It's another pocket. Huh, look at that. Alright, we'll ink up the edges on this. But yeah, I saw that. I forget where I saw it being advertised. It was one of the sites that I go on a lot. I'm going to make sure I didn't have glue on it. But absolutely, just absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait. Because that is just going to make my life so much easier. Because I'll just use that instead of this. I mean, I'll hold on to this, but I can't manipulate this. I just can't. Okay, so we have that. Let's look at some... I think I want to continue the florals. I think I actually may want that just to run right, well, maybe not. I think that was just made for that. Or do I want something smaller? That's not smaller, it's the same darn thing. No. I think you know what, I'm one that believes you always go with what you pull out first. And you know what, that was the one that I pulled out first. I should stop looking. Now I'm looking for a butterfly. I need a butterfly. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yes, because it pulls out those colors there. That looks beautiful. Oh, what's that? No, it's too small. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Okay, so sometimes it is the second one that you look at. I don't know. Maybe that's too big. You guys are probably screaming and I can't hear you. Yes, that's too big. Alright, so how about that one? The red kind of pulls that out. I should probably just dump this. Right. Because I want to top, but I want a butterfly. Wait a minute. Let's see. Now, this is probably going to be bad that I did this. Yes, I love that. Just kind of pulls in, just a different color. Let's see, let's get some tags in there. Let's see if we can find something else. See, I can collage forever. And sometimes I get lost in this and I forget you guys are there. And I'll put that down there. Oh my goodness. And now I have this all here, and now I'm not going to be able to get it back in my container here. Which really isn't a container, it's just the thing. Okay, so let's put these back up in here. And we'll get those back in there. Let's see if I can do this. Of course not. Okay, so I kind of like that black one. I kind of like that there. Okay. Let's ink. And I do ink around these as well. Because it does kill down that white, and then I just take my ink blender over the white areas just to dull them down. So it just changes, it really changes the look of that. Okay. So let's get to layering. So I want this to sit there. I think that's perfect there. And I definitely want that butterfly coming up over there. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to add dimension to the butterfly. So I am going to add some foam squares. I know very rarely do we see foam squares coming into a journal, but I do love my dimension, so that when I put this on here, those wings, they won't actually flatten out. Alright, so let me keep that up there. So now I want this to come, okay. So I'm going to take this, I know I'm not putting anything behind that, so I'm going to put that there. I am going to add another one on the top of this, because then I'm going to put glue down there, and I'm going to tuck that underneath there and have that sit like that. it would help if I would remove the release paper on this one. There we go. And let's see, I want this to actually, I'm going to lift that up. Yeah, for those of you that have seen my videos, you know I do this a lot. There we go. I want that to be tucked in there like that. I want this to come down. I'm remembering to remove the release paper. What are we? Oh my. 9 more minutes. Going to do that, and I'm okay that that's hanging off, because what I'm actually going to do is chop that off, put a little bit of distress on that. I definitely want that to go across. That's going to come up. I'm just going to hold that down just a little bit. And then I'm actually going to put that right there. And there you go. Happiness can happen. So let me move that. So here we switched. We switched it up. This will go into one of my finished pieces, but I've got a pocket here. So if I use this, I've got a pocket here. I've got a pocket here. And depending upon how I glue this, I have a pocket here. So I have 1, 2, 3. All right. And it's all open. Yes, we did not have to cover this. That's okay. So if you're making this, don't cover the back. But if I did make this the wraparound, this would just sit in our page like that. But I don't want to lose, because again, remember, I put the glue down each side and I put it down here as well. But it would look like that if we did the wraparound. Okay, it would be up further, but I put glue down here because when I push that paper in there. Otherwise, this is now going to sit on the page like this. And we've got these 3 pockets, and we have all of this. And the pattern paper is doing the work for us. If you've seen any of my card making videos, I like to say, let your pattern paper do the work. This can do that as well. This just adds to the collage. So, different way to create a simple pocket using an envelope. Using your envelope as a base, whether it's the short or the tall. But then again, we also have, that was truly inspired by Wendy, her skinny tag pockets, to have them be wraparounds in a book. And again, it could just be pattern paper that you're using. It could just be a book page. It could just be a digital print that you have down that you're just wrapping around. And you can create your tags for that. So, Wendy, thank you so much. I don't know if you watch, if you even see my videos here, but I thank you very much for this inspiration. And from this, I got to this. So, thank you. I do hope everybody enjoys this. I hope everyone is in their craft room, working, being creative, coming up with some wonderful ideas. Whatever you do in paper crafting, whether it's card making or your junk journals and so forth. So I hope these 2 ideas give you some ideas for your junk journals, to add your pockets, or levels of interest into your junk journals. The products that I used, again, I don't know where I got that paper. I will try to find out. I will try to find where I found this paper, I promise. But the other products that I used will be listed down below. I will link to Artie Mays and her 2 digital downloads that I just got now, because they are absolutely wonderful and beautiful. So make sure you look for those. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure you leave those down below as well. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to be part of my group. Again, mainly card making and junk journals, but it's all paper. Paper is a wonderful medium. There's so much we can do with it. And we are just scratching the surface, I am sure. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell so that you know when the next video is live. And make sure you hit the thumbs up. I do hope everyone is enjoying the time that they have to be in your crafty space, whether it's in a room or whether it's a cart in your living room. I hope everyone is staying healthy and safe during this time that we are currently going through around the world. Take this time to relieve your stress. Always remember, though, what's most important to me, along with being safe and healthy. Always be creative and enjoy. Till next time.